Hey YouTube, this is just a short video and update about my thoughts and what's been going on in the nation. And lately, if you've been following any of the rumors or actually word from the ranch, they've been saying that there's a possible threat of a drone strike. So what they decided to do is get everybody off the X and move them out to the periphery of the property, spread them out, and keep everybody moving so that there's not one cluster of a target, because that's what was the danger before. And they're also beefing up their security and practicing their personal security detail, um, tactical training, and things like that. Um, and we've also seen in the news that um, the mainstream media has been slandering Mr. Bundy, who's got a big heart, and trying to label him as a racist. And quite surprisingly, his own security detail and other black militia members there came to his defense, as well as some YouTube personalities and black politicians that are running for office on the constitutional um, ticket. So, what I have to say with that is that if you look at all these things, they're trying to build up to a point. All these little nuances, you have to pay attention to them, because trying to label Bundy as a racist, trying to label everyone there as domestic terrorists, being willing to do a drone strike, all these things trying to build up this sense of danger that's not there. I mean, they're all peaceful. There's never been a more peaceful, happy group of people. They're just a little tense because there's people that want to kill them. And who wouldn't be? But the government and the mainstream media are trying to build a case. And I'm going to tell you why they're trying to build this case, and it's just going to prove how long this has been in the planning stages. They've been waiting for an opportunity like this. They've been pushing people's buttons. They know that eventually they're going to piss somebody off and they're going to push back, and this is why they've done it. But I think and have thought for many years that the goal, the reason why they got Obama elected, was to sacrifice him. Plain and simple. First black president. He's controversial. He's divided the nation. And really, he's not working in the interest of anybody in America, if they really want to be honest with themselves and with the way things are. And I don't care what side of the fence you're on. He's bad news for the country in any way you can point it out. I mean, there's a million examples I could point out. But the point I'm trying to make is they're throwing around all these white supremacist labels and the domestic terrorist label and all this kind of stuff, and planning a drone strike or some kind of a strike on the Bundy Ranch. And I think they want to bring this to fruition. I think they want to sacrifice all those people to further piss off the patriots. But not only that, but to further piss off some misguided asshole who's a lone wolf and a neo-Nazi, and they're going to allow him to shoot the president. I can almost see it happening. So what we need to do is we need to make people aware that we know that this is the plan. We need to spread this message around, that we know what their game is, that they plan to sacrifice the Bundys, that they plan to sacrifice the president to throw this nation into a shithole, because that's exactly what's going to happen. If you don't believe me, I've been studying this stuff for a long, long time. Okay? When I rated for the military, I didn't know it at the time, but I could have got a job in intelligence. But I didn't know it because my recruiter offered me two things: either go roll around in the mud or work at a desk. Neither of which would have been in intelligence. But I know what I'm talking about. I called the last three presidents that we've had just from my knowledge, in-depth knowledge of the situation at hand. I called Obama's presidency. People didn't believe it. They thought getting out and voting was going to change something. Well, it's not. The game is rigged. And I've also called other things too. And they've been right on the money. If you don't believe it, look at some of my videos. I call it. It happens. So take heed. Listen to what I'm saying, because this is a very, very real danger. If you believe in God, then I think you should pray right now that our president is protected. Because even though he's a scumbag, his death would be the death of our nation. It's that simple. So keep him in your prayers if you believe in God. If you're an agnostic or an atheist, get the word out. Even if you're not an agnostic or atheist, get the word out. Let people know that we know this is in the plan. Because it's getting down to the wire. They need a distraction. We don't know what that's going to be. There's all kinds of aces in their hand right now. They've got the one where the jet from Malaysia, I believe, was hijacked for a reason. Not the one that they told us. It didn't just disappear. It wasn't just a rogue pilot. But I believe they plan on using it as a delivery vehicle for a nuke over Manhattan, as Obama mentioned. It's just putting the pieces together. So they've got that ace. They have got a ton of other aces. They have been selling land to China, critical, strategic ports and land with military value. They have been selling to China. Chinese corporations are not independent entities. They're not private. They're owned by China. So giving them a back door into our nation is treason. That's another ace. So they've got all these aces stacked. They've got plans behind plans behind plans. But this one plan, and this is why I believe they had Obama elected in the first place, is to sacrifice him to destroy this nation finally. Because what would that do? It would divide us right down the middle. White neo-Nazi shoots Obama. It's over. I'm just telling you. You can believe it. You can deny it. Think about it.